It was the fall of my senior year at LSU when my life was changed forever. When I unfortunately became part of the statistic of 1 in 5 women that would be raped at some point in her life. Sexual assault is a life-altering event, and I'm here today to make my voice be heard and to share my story. All the stats found from the National Sexual Violence Resource Center as well as RAIN's website. Every 92 seconds an American is sexually assaulted, and every 9 minutes that victim is a child. Meanwhile, only 5 out of 1,000 perpetrators will end up in prison. 20 to 25% of women and 15% of men are victims of forced sex during their time in college. More than 90% of victims on college campuses do not report their assault. 27% of college women have experienced some form of unwanted sexual conduct. Nearly 2/3 of college students experience sexual harassment. 33% of women who are raped contemplate suicide, and 13% of women who are raped attempt suicide. Rape is the most underreported crime. 80% of rapes, the victim knows the perpetrator. For female victims, 51% is by an intimate partner, and 40% are raped by an acquaintance. Out of 1,000 rapes, 230 will be reported, 46 will lead to arrest, 9 are referred to a prosecutor, 5 are convicted of a felony, and only 4.6 of rapists will be incarcerated. 1,000 to 4.6. This is my story. I left a football game and went to a party at a friend's on-campus housing where I was forced to drink straight liquor until I became incapacitated. I had a total of 5 girlfriends at the party this night. 3 had known me since high school, and the other 2 I considered close friends, like sisters. They all left me at the party. I had gone missing twice. The first time I went missing, I was found locked in his roommate's room with another one of his twisted friends blocking the door. The second time I went missing, they did nothing. They noticed I was gone and so was my attacker. Instead of stepping in as a bystander and helping a friend in need, they left me and they went and ate chicken fingers. I was raped and locked in his room until I was finally able to leave after hours of assault and manipulation. The day after I was assaulted, I went and met with my advocate, the Lighthouse program, and we went to the health center and I had a rape kit done. Anything they offer me, I accepted. Blood, DNA samples, photos, and then sharing my story with the same nurse. I did it all because I wanted any proof. I didn't want there to be any gaps in my story. I wanted to know that I did everything that I could. After that, I reported with the police. I was very pleased with them. I think that they did their job well. I think that they are professionally trained on how to interview survivors. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to further discuss what happened that night or the details, but what I want to talk about next is the aftermath. The aftermath of being sexually assaulted, I think, is the most difficult part to explain because this is the part that no one understands except for survivors. I had no idea. And the thing is, no one does. And I can sit here and I can share this video and I can say what I've struggled with, but you have no idea what it's like. Because I sit here and I seem all calm and I seem like I have it together, but you have no idea what it's like when I walk around campus and I'm still worried I'm going to see my rapist. No one has any idea what it's like when I feel like I can't get out of bed because I don't want to go to campus because I'm going to have to pass by where I was assaulted. To say that my world was flipped upside down would be an understatement. It changed in every possible way. My PTSD was extremely bad for weeks after. It was very difficult to sit in class, to work out, to sleep, to study. It was hard to do anything without having horrific flashbacks. Just rape victims, and they're afraid of being believed. This is not something that gets made up. This is a serious issue that's happening in our country and around the world. It's ridiculous how it's handled. We don't help these victims. What I want out of this is for survivors to not feel alone. My advice would be to find ways to take back the power in your life. For the first few months, everyone I saw I thought was him. I was just always paranoid that he was around. So the first time that I saw my rapist after the attack, I was walking into this building and I looked down and I recognized this jacket. This is it. This is him. There was no control as to what happened next. I mean, my body was just tunnel vision, couldn't do anything else. I just gave him the biggest death glare that I could. And I walked on past and I saw him do a double take. And then he stared back at me, didn't say anything. I held my chin up high and made sure of that. And I walked straight in that building. So I hope that my eyes say, you don't own me. You don't control me. And that was one of the most powerful moments because I just remember thinking, heck yeah, girl, you can do this. Like, look at you taking back your own life like that. Like, yes, go, you got it. When situations like these happen, they're almost always in environments where you put your guard down, where you think you're safe. When that happens to you, you just feel like you don't have control over yourself. Don't know right from wrong. You don't know who to trust. I still don't feel like I know who to trust. If I did not think that environment was safe, I never would have gone to the party that night. I never would have had this guy as a friend. Another reason I want to come forward about this video is because I want to emphasize the importance of being an active bystander. You know, there's the It's On Us campaign and the End Rape on Campus campaign and all these things. And to think that we get these talks all the time. Flirting is not consent. Outfits are not consent. Drinking is not consent. None of these mean consent. Even if someone has been with a guy in the past, that doesn't mean that when they're drunk and locked in a room, that that's what they want and that's consensual. All these girls knew about my relationship with my boyfriend. They knew how serious I was. They knew about my religious views and how important that was to me. I think I'm just gonna give it up for a guy that I've known for a few months. They knew that this was out of character for me, that I would never have done something like this. And even if I didn't have these morals or these views, there's no excuse for what happened to me. When I told them what had happened to me when they left me, these are just things that no one should ever have to hear. They just sat there and they victim blamed me and I just felt horrible. I was introduced to my rapist by my friend after the assault. She did not want to talk to me. And to this day, I still have not been able to tell her my story. To think that this girl introduced me to the man that raped me and doesn't even have the decency to talk to me is ridiculous. And then on top of that, continues to be his friend. Continues to hang out with him. And then we have the rumors. A few months after the assault, I also found out that girls in my sorority were going around saying that I was lying about being raped to try and cover up cheating on my boyfriend. This weekend was one of my lowest. I had never had such dark thoughts in my life and it scared me. It was like a negative sucking force wanting to pull you down, but you just have to keep telling yourself, it's okay, you're gonna make it, people believe you. I was scared of being alone, not because I was scared of my safety from him, but I was scared of myself. And you know, sometimes you just need to have one person in your corner, one advocate, one friend, you know, whoever it is, to be on your side. And don't look at those negative people. Don't look at the people that don't believe you or that doubt you or that don't support you. And that's when I realized that when I went through this, holy moly, were people's true colors exposed, because the friends I have now, these are the people that truly have my back. These are the people that in these situations are not going to leave me for chicken fingers. I believe my story should be heard, and I hope to give courage to other survivors to speak out. I am the girl in your classes. I'm the girl you went to summer camp with. I'm the girl that went to your high school. I am the girl in your sorority. I am your family's friend. I'm your coworker. I'm one of your peers. And I am a rape survivor. My fight does not end here with this statement. My fight ends when people are no longer sexually assaulted. And when someone opens up to you about being sexually assaulted, it's so important. Just try to be as loving as possible. Don't ask questions. Don't ask them what they were wearing or what they were doing, because that doesn't matter. Rapists are rapists. They rape because they are sick individuals. It's a power crave. These people are charming and manipulative. This man has no consideration for others, no consideration for their well-being. He is selfish and vile. And one reason why I want to put this out there is because, and if you're one of them and you're watching this, just know I believe you, and I know. I know what he did. I know who he is, and I'm sorry. And if you want to reach out and talk to me, that's fine by me. One of my friends told me that he told her he doesn't like girls that are all over him, that he likes the chase. And when I got told this was after the assault, I realized in my head, I was like, you idiot. If you thought I was an easy victim, you are so wrong. And there is a poem that I found on this Instagram page called Rape Survivor Support. You raped the wrong girl that night. You did not rape the girl that would let you write the narrative. You did not rape the girl who would never tell. You did not rape the girl who would wonder if it counted because she was drunk. You did not rape the girl who would move on because you were an exchange student going back to your home country anyways. You did not rape the girl who would retract her story after being invalidated and shamed. You did not rape the girl who wouldn't know that the invalidation said more about society than herself. You did not rape the girl who was unaware of her rights and resources as a survivor. You did not rape the girl who would back down when the university silenced her. You did not rape the girl who wouldn't try every avenue to make sure you couldn't hurt anyone else. You raped me. I am strong. I am educated. I am my own advocate. I am articulate. I am coping with the pain you inflicted. I am fighting the system. I am trying to help others. I am more than what you tried to make me. I am more than the girl you tried to break. I am me. There was another, it was from this Instagram account called She Journeys with Him. This post said, you have been assigned this mountain to show others it can be moved. And when I saw this, I just thought, heck yeah. Because I do feel like my story can help others. I do feel like I'm going to use my voice to be heard, to not be silenced. And, you know, and like when I told my parents, I get flashbacks about that a lot, and it's very difficult, just the moment when I told them. And you know, I mean, no one ever wants to find this out about their daughter, and no one ever wants to find this out about their friend or their girlfriend. There's so many nights I stay up and I say, why me? Why me? Why me? I told them, I said, God's not going to give me a hand that I can't handle. I'm not going to be given something that I can't conquer. And I do believe that. I do believe that I'm going to conquer this. You are feeling this way for a reason, because it was not your choice. If it was consensual, you would not be feeling this way. So don't let other people tell you that it was your fault. I want to come out here to say that, and just know that you are strong, and everyone copes with it differently. For me, it did help to be open and honest about it, as much as it hurt. But I just kept telling myself that if I were to talk about it now, it's going to help me down the line, because I didn't want to look back and think, oh, I should have reported, oh, I should have spoken, oh, I should have done this. No, I wanted to do it all now. I didn't want to live with that regret in my life. So my advice is that when someone opens up to you about being a survivor of sexual assault, the best thing you can do is just support them. Don't ask questions. Don't ever ask details about the assault. I mean, it's already very traumatic, and to relive it is just a nightmare. But for now, this is what I want to say, and this is what I want my message to be going forward. You know, I mean, another thing is that if you do personally know me, you know, I mean, obviously I'm being open about this, and just honestly, words of encouragement are the best thing I can ask for right now, and prayers. I really need prayers. I mean, just, I know that God is the only thing that can get me through this. You know, just keep constantly having to pray for healing for that, and taking it one day at a time. If you see this video when you're a survivor and this gives you the courage to stand up for yourself, or to leave that relationship, or to go forward and report, or to cut those negative friends out of your life, go you. And I will feel like I've done part of my job, you know, just coming forward. And if I can just change one person's life, you know, then that's the reason why I made this, for you. If this changes your life, then it's for you. We'll see. We'll see what happens.